Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. So it's been a very long time since I've made anything that could conceivably be called a trap beat. I went back and looked at my old videos and it looks like the last time I made anything on this channel that was like a trap beat style was 1,215 days ago from the time that I'm recording this. For some of you who are newer to the channel, this might come as a shock to you, but for the first several years of me making music, I almost exclusively made rap music and trap beats. I never really made an active decision to stop making rap style beats. I honestly kind of just grew pretty bored with the genre as a whole. I don't really listen to rap music much at all anymore. And also eventually in my musical journey, I just reached a point where it was a lot more fun for me to record my own instruments and be able to make a lot of the music that I listened to as a kid growing up. That was just more fulfilling to me and still is. I feel like I get so much joy from just playing instruments. That being said, I thought it might be a fun little video for me to try my hand at making a trap beat once more. I don't even really know if I have plugins for this anymore. Let's go with Serum. Serum's always a safe bet. Okay, well, I don't have presets for Serum, so that's off the table. I'm not gonna have any plugins for this. There we go. I have this plugin. I haven't even placed a single note yet, and I already know this is gonna be the worst beat ever. Alright, we got a little melody going on here. This is not great, but whatever. I still remember all the shortcuts. Alt-R is randomize. Alright, so we have a melody. Let's try to add some more stuff to this. Okay, yeah. I don't have any labs presets either anymore. I can't use Serum. I can't use labs. I haven't had Analog Lab downloaded in I don't even know how long. Let's try Mini Bit. There we go. Oh, okay. No license detected. Cool. Cool. We can't use that plugin. Let's try SQ8L. That plugin's never failed me. Yes. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we have a little melody. I'm probably gonna expand on this because it's only like 4 bars, but this is what we got so far. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to add some drums on it now. Alright, I just realized my sound was off for like 90% of that, but hey, you know what? Who cares? It doesn't matter. This is what we got going right now. We got a little melody. And then I have created these drums for it as well. Obviously nothing crazy, I did that in like maybe 10 minutes. But now we're just gonna do split by channel here on both of these so we can actually like properly lay out the beat. We're just gonna start off with this. I'm gonna have the drums come in without the kick at first, but I want to change up the instrumental a little bit because it does get a little bit repetitive, like it's a 4-bar loop, so it's good to put something else in there at least. But I'm very limited when it comes to plugins. Whoa, okay. This is a lot going on here. Bro, I can't use any plugins. This is so annoying. We'll use Piano Tone 600, I guess, then. Here we go, Piano Tone 600. Oh, that was cool, actually. Hold on. That was totally one of those happy little accident moments. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Okay, this is kind of cool. I'm actually having fun right now. This is what we got so far. We have this intro part. And then drums come in, but no kick, and the melody changes up. And then kick drum comes back in with like the open hi-hat and everything. I think now we just gotta kind of mix it a little bit because it does not sound very good. At this point, I think we pretty much have a beat here. It feels very weird because my instinct is to take a lot longer to make a song, but this took me like, I don't know, like 30 minutes or something to make this beat, which is not bad. It doesn't necessarily mean that the beat is bad. It's just definitely different from what I'm used to. It's also just a pretty simple trap beat too. Like if I wanted to, I could have gotten a lot more creative and crazy with this. But I find that sometimes when it comes to like rap and trap style stuff, simpler tends to be better. And honestly, this kind of applies to any genre out there, especially if you're making stuff with the intention of having somebody rap or sing over it. You always kind of want to give them space to be able to do what they need to do with their vocals on the beat. The mixing is just super simple. I basically just did an EQ on all the melody layers and cut out all the low end. With the music that I usually make, I generally do this with guitars or synths or whatever, because you don't really need all that low end information. On its own, a guitar sounds really good with all that low end, but once you bring in the kick and the bass guitar and all those other low frequencies, it just ends up clashing and you can't even really hear it anyways. So sometimes if I have a part that's just guitar, I'll automate the EQ and like leave in the low end for that part. But yeah, just a bunch of EQs that are basically all doing the same thing, cutting out unnecessary low end. And then I have a few reverbs on things that I felt like needed some more space and ambience. All the drums have no effects on them at all. I feel like they're already pretty good. And then you can see I just did some simple little panning on all of the instruments to kind of give it more space in the stereo field. When I was actually making trap beats primarily, I didn't used to do this. I was like a strictly right down the center or perfectly in stereo kind of guy. But the more you make music and the more you add more layers to a song, you realize that certain layers in a song sound better being here rather than here, or here. And it's nice to be able to have two different melodies that kind of take up the same frequency range and then pan one to the left and one to the right, and they kind of just balance each other out in a cool way. But yeah, other than that, I just have soft clipper on the master, which is, just a classic trap beat move. I still do that to this day on everything I make. It always has a soft clipper on the master. Sometimes it's not even doing anything because I'm not even hitting 0, but I guess it's just like a force of habit thing that I've always kept with me. So honestly, that is pretty much gonna do it for me in this video here today. I know this is kind of a weird one, just a short, silly little video. Obviously, totally not the style of music that I usually make, but it was cool to kind of go back to the feezo roots. It genuinely has been so long since I made any sort of beat like this, but I'm glad I kind of proved to myself that I still got it. I still can do it. All the little shortcuts and piano roll tricks and stuff just came back to me super quickly, even though I haven't used those either in so long. It's also funny how hard of a time I had finding plugins to use, because I just straight up don't use instrument VST plugins now, other than like random one-off sounds. I'm like, oh, I really need some sort of DX7 thing, and I'll get like a DX7 plugin. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Let me know what you think of my trap beat that I created here. I really appreciate you all watching, and I will see you in the next